The Wolf and the Seven Little Kids by Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm. Once upon a time there was an old goat who had 7 little kids and loved them with all the love of a mother for her children. One day she wanted to go into the forest to get some food. So she called all 7 kids to her and said, "Dear children, I've to go in the forest. Be on your guard against the wolf. If he comes in he will eat you up, skin, hair, and all. The wolf often disguises himself, but you will know him at once by his rough voice and black feet." The kids said, "Dear mother, we will take good care of ourselves. You may go away without any fear." Then the old goat bleated and went on her way with an easy mind. It was not long before someone knocked at the house door and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the little kids knew that it was the wolf because of the rough voice. "We will not open the door," they cried. "You are not our mother. She has a soft, pleasant voice, but your voice is rough. You are the wolf." Then the wolf went away to a shopkeeper and bought himself a big lump of chalk. He ate this and made his voice soft with it. Then he came back, knocked at the door of the house, and cried, "Open the door, dear children. Your mother is here and has brought something back with her for each of you." But the wolf had laid his black paws against the window, and the children saw them and cried, "We will not open the door. Our mother does not have black feet like yours. You are the wolf." Then the wolf ran to the baker and said, "I have hurt feet. Rub some dough over them for me." And when the baker had rubbed his feet with dough, the wolf ran to the miller and said, "Sprinkle some white meal over my feet for me." The miller thought to himself, "The wolf wants to trick someone," and refused. But the wolf said, "If you will not do it, I will eat you up." Then the miller was afraid and made his paws white for him. Sometimes men are that way. So now the wolf went for the 3rd time to the house door, knocked at it, and said, "Open the door for me, children. Your dear little mother has come home and brought each of you something from the forest." The little kids cried, "First show us your paws, so that we may know that you're our dear little mother." Then he put his paws in through the window. When the kids saw that they were white, they believed that all he had said was true, and they opened the door. But who should come in but the wolf? They were terrified and wanted to hide themselves. One sprang under the table, and the second into the bed, and the third into the stove, and the fourth into the kitchen, and the fifth into the cupboard, the sixth into the washing bowl, and the seventh in the clock case. But the wolf found them all and wasted no time. One right after another he swallowed them down in his throat. The youngest in the clock case was the only one he did not find. When the wolf was full, he left the house, lay down under a tree in the green meadow outside, and began to sleep. Soon the old mother goat came home again from the forest. What a sight she saw there! The house door stood wide open, the tables, chairs, and benches were thrown down, the washing bowl lay broken to pieces, the quilts and pillows were pulled off the bed. She looked for her children, but they were nowhere to be found. She called them by name one by one, but no one answered. At last, when she came to name the youngest, a soft voice cried out, "Dear mother, I am in the clock case." She took the kid out, and it told her that the wolf had come and eaten all the others. You can imagine how she wept over her poor children. In her sorrow she went out after a while, and the youngest kid ran with her. When they came to the meadow, there lay the wolf by the tree, snoring so loudly that the branches shook. She looked at him closely, and saw that something was moving and struggling in his overfed body. "Ah, heavens!" she said. "Is it possible that my poor children, whom he has swallowed down for supper, can still be alive?" She sent the kid running home to get scissors and a needle and thread. Then the mother goat cut open the wolf's stomach. Hardly had she made one cut than one little kid pushed its head out, and when she had cut farther, all 6 sprang out one after another. They were all still alive and had suffered no injury at all, because in his greediness the wolf had swallowed them down whole. What rejoicing there was! They all hugged their dear mother, who jumped like a tailor at his wedding. But the mother said, "Now go and look for some big stones, and we'll fill this evil beast's stomach and with them while he is still asleep." The 7 kids quickly found some stones and put as many of them in his stomach as they could. The mother sewed him up again in the greatest haste, so that way he was not aware of anything and never once moved. When the wolf at last awoke, he got up. The stones in his stomach were making him very thirsty. He wanted to go to a well to drink, but when he began to walk and to move about, the stones in his stomach knocked against each other and rattled. Then he cried, "What rumbles and tumbles against my poor bones? I thought 'twas 6 kids, but it's only big stones." And when he got to the well, he stooped over the water, ready to drink. The heavy stones made him fall in. There was no help, and he drowned miserably. When the 7 kids saw that, they came running to the spot and cried loudly, "The wolf is dead! The wolf is dead!" Then they danced for joy around the well with their mother. The end.